There are three types of NBA contracts that allow for the undrafted rookie, the waived NBA player, or the G League player an opportunity to secure a spot on an NBA roster, even if it's for a short length of time. These types of contracts are not easy to secure, but if a basketball player is offered one, it may be their only opportunity for them to play with an NBA team on the big court. In this video, I will cover those types of contracts: the 10-day contract, the Exhibit 10 contract, and the two-way player contract. Let's get into it. The 10-day contract is a temporary contract that lasts for 10 days or 3 games, whichever comes later. A 10-day contract is worth the minimum salary based on an NBA player's experience in the league. A team may sign a player to 2 10-day contracts in a season, but they do not have to be consecutive. 10-day contracts are generally offered to free agents or G League players who have the potential to make an immediate impact on an NBA team. 10 days is a tight window of opportunity that a player has to prove that he can add production value to an NBA team. Essentially, a 10-day contract is a chance for the player to prove their skills, contribution level, and teamwork ability with the hope of being signed to a standard NBA contract for the rest of the season. Teams sign multiple players to 10-day contracts during training camp and the regular season. So the chances of an NBA player being signed to an NBA roster long-term is highly competitive. Before I move on to discuss the other 2 types of contracts in this video, it is important to note that NBA teams can only have a maximum of 17 players on their roster, 15 players on NBA contracts, and 2 players on two-way contracts within the regular season. However, teams' maximum number of roster spots may increase to 20 during the offseason. This gives teams the opportunity to bring in extra players so they can audition for a place on the regular season's roster or a spot on the team's G League affiliate. An NBA contract that includes an Exhibit 10 clause, or as we know it, an Exhibit 10 contract, is a 1-year deal worth the minimum salary. An Exhibit 10 contract does not include salary protection, but it can provide a bonus up to $50,000 payable to the player under these circumstances. The NBA team waives the player, and the player then signs with the NBA team's G League affiliate, and they remain with that G League team for 60 consecutive days. Conversely, if the NBA team waives the NBA player and that player decides not to sign with the team's G League affiliate, then the $50,000 is not given to the player. This normally happens when the NBA player decides to play on an international team, or they decided that they do not want their player rights tied to one NBA organization. Not only can an Exhibit 10 contract provide a player with a 1-year deal, an NBA team can convert that Exhibit 10 contract into a 2-way contract before the regular season begins. And if that happens, that bonus associated with the Exhibit 10 contract then becomes a salary guarantee for the player. Win-win. Each NBA team is permitted to have up to 2 players on 2-way contracts. A player on a 2-way contract provides services primarily to his NBA team's G League affiliate, but is permitted to be on the NBA team's active or inactive list for up to 45 days during the NBA regular season. However, for the 2020-21 season, 2-way players are eligible to be active on a team's roster for 50 of their team's 72 games. Players who are on 2-way contracts make significantly more money than those players who are on 1-way G League contracts. Also, players who are on 2-way contracts have an opportunity to learn from and play with NBA superstars at the highest level. At the end of the day, a basketball player's goal should be to earn and sign a standard NBA contract, because that's where the guaranteed money is. However, if the journey sends the player through these other contract types, they might as well get paid in the process. Because here's the thing, a 10-day contract can be converted into a standard NBA contract. An Exhibit 10 contract can be converted into a two-way contract. And a two-way contract can be converted into a standard NBA contract. Sometimes it's all about the money. Basketball players that find themselves on the outside looking in should be hopeful that if their talent is superior to others and their work ethic is consistent, that the opportunities within the NBA is within reach. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my other videos regarding the NBA. And until next time, bye.